So when I mount the horse, again, young horse, first of all, flex, loop of the rein always going beside the saddle swath. So don't put here because your leg can stuck, your hand can stuck. When the horse gonna take off and you run away, it's very dangerous. So all the time put between the fingers, put in the horn. Right rein have to be loose, okay, and loop putting right here. So when I mount, she have to stay still. She's still very fine, okay. So you cannot work very hard. So she's just a baby, okay. So when I sit on the saddle, I still gonna come back to this little bit, this flexibility. She just so pleasant to work with. Just amazing animal, okay, right here, very flexible. So just remind her, don't over flex your horse also every day, because if you feel good, it's good. Do not continue torching because it's just it's gonna be she's gonna become unhappy animal. So very good. We're gonna start from the walk, okay. So it's very important to release your reins, okay? And we want to have this perimeter, and she have to let your horse express herself. Let her travel, look on the things, okay? Again, you have to finish very good job, foundation, so it's safe to ride a horse. Keep your horse in the corners. That's very important also. Do not teach your horse to lean inside. We already talked about this, because you're going to be out of balance eventually, and horse going to learn to lean inside every day more and more and more. So if you want to ride with two hands, you can ride with two hands. Nothing wrong with that, for your own safety. If you want to ride with one hand, ride with one hand. But even if you ride with both hands, please release, put your hand down, don't hold them here, don't pull, because every movement of the horse body, when you straighten your reins, she feels with her beat, okay? You want to truly, this young horse, travel forward motion in a loose rein. That's the whole idea of this, okay? So we want to have this nice, see how she look all the time. She wants to smell, let her smell, okay? Young animal, okay? That's her cutting. All the time she look like a lion, okay? She's searching with her ears forward, okay? So that's very interesting when you ride horse like that. That's amazing feelings under saddle, even this young age. Very good, beautiful baby. Continue. So again, she's stuck. You see, I don't squeeze my legs yet. I just said continue travel. So again, I program this everything on before I mount the horse, program her brain. So you see my legs all the time on her barrel. I'm not riding with legs. That just was amazing. Just release my legs. I even didn't teach her that, and she stopped. Try to stop. So all the time keeping my legs on the horse barrel. Communicate all the time. Okay, I'm not touching her belly with my spurs. I'm only touching with my legs. Okay, so because why I'm also doing this, because when she's gonna slow down, I feel her, pay attention what I'm saying right now, I feel her with my legs. If my legs far away from her body, it's gonna take time. Please pay attention what I'm saying. It's gonna take time for me to reach her with this leg and squeeze. I'm losing momentum, okay? So my legs all the time on her, all the time I touching her. So I feel body slow down, my legs already on her body. I squeeze and I said, Chica, you have to continue travel in the forward motion, okay? So walk, it's very important. Why? It's a relaxation, a lot of relaxation. And I spent a lot of time with my horse when I train them. Say, for example, it's a very hard exercise in the future. When you ride your horse, say you lop a lot, or you teach your horse to engage hindquarters, and it was a lot of mental stress and physical stress. It's amazing. Just walk with your horse, and you can walk with your horse for a couple minutes, like 1 or 2 minutes. Let her relax the muscles. It seems like an athlete. Again, I come back when athlete finish physical exercise, what he's doing, he's release her body and he's relaxing and he's jumping on one leg or another leg and shaking his legs, shaking his hands, shaking whole body. Why they're doing this? They're releasing muscles. Okay, they're releasing muscle. Well, exactly. Be nice so we can dismount the horse also, but we train them and we don't have time for this. So reality, if you want to go to truly deep horsemanship and truly understand the animal, then it's will gonna take long time to train a horse. Okay, if you want to do everything by the book, I better say. Okay, so when I feel like this, I'm gonna stop here right here, still moving the hips for a stop. Okay, so I'm not concentrating on this yet. Again, when she stop, I'm gonna say be a little bit flexible, be a little bit flexible. So when we're done like this exercise, that's what's physical exercise. Okay, we travel around the perimeter. That's what to see. And if your horse gonna speed up and you're uncomfortable, one stop rein and start again. And if your horse speed up, if you're very comfortable rider, sit on your horse and let her walk. And I guarantee you, let your horse walk. And I guarantee you, after 5-10 perimeters evolution, horse gonna slow down. I'm gonna give you example. Say for example, it's just my philosophy how I train horses. I'm not start to disengage hindquarters, go in tight circles, and make them upset and tired, raised up, all anxieties. That's not how I train horses. And I done this in my life, and it's never worked for me. That's why I quit. So say, for example, you're going in a trail ride, right? And when horse is fresh, what they're doing in the trail first? They're marching forward, right? They're breathing very hard. They transfer their energy to us. We get nervous, and it's getting worse and worse and worse and worse. So reality in a trail ride, if your horse, it's the best way to practice without the people, right? Without a partner. That's amazing right now. Staying still, relax. Let your horse release the reins. If you're a good rider, if you finish very good job before, let your horse go for a couple miles, and you will gonna see speed gonna slow down, slow down, slow down. And if you're gonna stay like this for a good week or 2 or 3, depends what horse need, eventually horse never gonna speed up. Horse gonna be relaxed all the time. Okay. So when we finish one brain, we're gonna work on a different brain. When I squeeze, she doesn't know how to guide yet, so we have to help her. So that's what I'm saying, in round pen, that's amazing, right? Because you have 60 feet. I suggest to work on 60 feet, not on the 50 feet, because it's very gonna tight on the horse, tendons, joints, body, and etc. And it's gonna be not comfortable for you under saddle. So in round pen, that's amazing, because horse can travel beside this wall, and you can do a lot of evolutions there, and teach horse travel in a straight line. Remember all the time saying, round pen, teach your horse travel in a straight line. That's not different. That's just big round pen. It's a circle, never end. It's a straight line, never end. It's that simple. Okay. So that's what I want from young horse. Okay. I'm not just gonna pull on the rein, change direction, run. No. Develop confidence. Develop relaxation. Wants to make this animal happy to work under saddle. Okay. So and slowly, every day we're gonna graduate and graduate and graduate and graduate till we're finally gonna get to the performance level. Then we have to ask a lot for our horses. Okay, but again, we have to know how. So we not overwork them. Okay, and after they're gonna fall apart. And she's still very young horse, so we cannot put a lot of stress on her hocks. Come on, baby, straight. Okay, and joints, and she don't have no shoes also, so it's a sand. When horse travel with without the shoes, it's like you take your fingernail and go again. No, that's her. You see, that's her breeding. Backwards. yeah, like you take a fingernails and go against the sandpaper. So if you ride your horse a lot and performance level in the sand, it's very painful for a horse. That's why we're wearing the shoes. Okay, very good, beautiful. So this horse listens, when I riding her, she listens every movement of my body. That's how how smart this animal is. Okay, very good. So that's what I want to see. So if horse gonna lean outside, then I'm gonna fix with left rein. If horse gonna go close the wall, they're gonna fix with right rein. So you can slide, pick up. Don't just grab rein and pull. So that's a pre-cue. Slide, move your nose. Okay, that's just basics, and it's gonna work for you because you done flexibility in the forward motion on the ground. So horse truly understand. Truly understand the beat, okay? In forward motion. Again, she stopped. I didn't kick her right away. I just want to understand what she's gonna do. And I said, oh, come on, you have to travel forward motion. Okay, so I squeeze my legs again, and we go in forward motion again. Very good. Continue travel. So that's what I'm looking for. And that's maybe good enough for one lesson. And I'm gonna stop, sit down. Okay, she stopped. That's beautiful. I'm gonna stop and again stay still. She travel forward. I'm gonna say, be flexible. Be flexible, stay still, and be flexible. And be flexible. So why we design exercises not only perimeter and forward motion? Why we design exercises in the open space when we teach a horse travel? It's anxiety and it's a balance. It's a two things, anxiety and balance and coordination. When horse travel in a straight line beside the wall, horse lean to the wall. She supports her mental and physical abilities with this wall. When you let horse travel in the open space, anxiety will gonna exist because she not rely on nothing, and plus you will gonna see balance and coordination gonna start to completely fall apart. So what we're gonna do right now, we're gonna teach her. So we finish this side, we come back again to the left lead. It seems like a human, right? Take human to the gym. Say for example, you put him where a lot of people. You put him in the wall, beside the wall. I always explain the story. An athlete very comfortable, or any person. You take yourself in the middle of the building, in a bigger space. Your physical abilities performance gonna get less, and you're gonna have anxiety because you expose yourself in the open space, and that's what actually happens when you go to the show pen and you start to ride your horses in the show pen. That's what anxiety of the rider begin in a big open space, and anxiety of the horse begin in the open space. Okay, so we're gonna practice right now diagonal, and pay attention. Diagonal, it's critical important to release the reins and not to pull the reins. And you find the corner. So say for example this flat, that's my corner. I want to end up right there. If I'm gonna see, you see where I'm end up in? So I'm gonna say come back in a straight line. That's simple. Nothing confusing right now for the animal. All the time remind you, bring your shoulders and your brain in a straight line. But remember I said I'm using my legs all the time in the horse. We're already teaching horse travel between the legs. So she is not between our legs. So we holding these legs, and they understand when we touching with both legs, they memorize, their body memorize to travel in a straight line between the legs. Look at the line, okay? So that's a prime example. You can see how, look at this line beside the wall and look at this line in the open space, okay? So that's a prime example how important to teach horse to travel in the open space in a straight line. And if you memorize, so take a, not memorize, if you do experiment, take your horse in the trails and ask her to travel in straight line and release the rein and release the legs. Okay, don't press with your legs, don't cheat. Just pick up the tree starting point and say 300 feet or even 100 feet, find another tree. Release and let horse travel in a straight line and see where you end up. And you're gonna see if it's truly your horse travel in a straight line. Okay? Then your stop gonna fall apart, your guiding gonna start to fall apart, your backup gonna start to fall apart, your lead change is gonna start to fall apart because consistency not exist, straightness not exist. Okay? So that's a basics. And the round pen it's amazing also. You can do diagonals in the round pen from wall to wall, from wall to wall. You can do tons of the diagonals in the round pen. If you don't have round pen, you use arena 60 by 60 or use the pen 60 by 60. Okay? So it's much easier to teach horse, and when you feel comfortable, then pick up your horse and practice in a bigger space. Okay? So that's very nice. So that's what I want to see. That's nice relaxation and beautiful right here. So you can see, don't mix the side. If you practice on the left lead, it means you practice on the left side of your horse body. Practice only on the left. Do not start from this diagonal, go to the left, to this diagonal, go to the right. Excuse me. Everything one side. And we're gonna release and let you stay still. Very good, baby. Proud of her. Okay, release. I'm gonna again remind you to be flexible. All the time my horse have to be flexible. Just see right here, she's pulling a little bit, I pick up deeper. So all the time stretching her, all the time stretching her, okay? Just gently, right here, beautiful and very good, and that's good enough. Okay, see if she's remember lower head, right here, beautiful, very nice. I explained it before, why I am using my hands that wide. Because horses have balance coordination from the left and right side. And eventually we're going to start to ride with hand wide, okay? And after we're going to pick up and going to ride with one hand. Because horse have to use the body, right and left side. And if you pick up both reins here and right, you're restricting the muscles from the both sides. You don't let horse physically to move body from the left and right side, okay? You're restricting. So again, forward motion. We're gonna go in the future. This I'm gonna in the evolution program explain is much deeper when we're gonna start to ride and teach your horse advanced guiding methodology and etc. So we're gonna go to the right. Continue travel, nice and relax. Relaxation. Again, reach the corner. Another thing, when you teach your horse to you see where she's going? So I'm going to fix her up and said, please travel in a straight line. So if you again go to the right, you see, so before 10 feet, before you teach your horse to turn, before 10 feet, be ready already to prepare horse to turn. Don't come to this corner and start to pull. So 10 feet, my hand slide, and now I turn. So that's a pre-cue. So don't stress your horse an immediate point when you have to turn. You have to teach yourself everything, whatever I want to do in the future, I have to see ahead of education. So if I want to turn my horse on this corner beside the camera, that's going to be 10 feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I slide, pick up, okay? So I already teaching her, so she understand me. I have a pre-cues, okay? Again, she wants to stop. I said, no, baby, continue travel, okay? Very nice and relaxed. And you will see your horse going to become much more relaxed, and travel nice and slow. Again, travel to the right, we're going to fix her with left rein. Continue travel. Beautiful. and again. And in the fall, that's amazing. In the fall, when it's not too hot and you don't have no mosquitoes and flies and deer flies, depends where you live, it's amazing practice in the field. Okay, after you finish round pen work, you can practice in the very, if you have field 500 feet, that's amazing practice in straight line from one corner to another corner, around on the perimeter of the field. That's just amazing to practice like that. And you're gonna see in the first, when you practice in the field, your horse gonna speed up, okay? Horse gonna speed up because horse gonna worry about Mother Nature, and you concentrate only on the straight line, okay? And if horse get upset, one rein, stop one rein. If you finish first of all this work right here. So again, it's a beautiful work right here. Very pleasant to see that. Again, 10 steps. So I already pick up my rope, and I'm gonna say, please continue, change. So pay attention how she travels straight line. Now she travels towards you. You see where she's going? Right here. So it took us 6 months before we put saddle first time on the chick. So how much work and preparation we have, so we have that relaxed animal under us. Okay, so continue trial, baby. Straight line, you're doing very good, sweetheart. And everything to the right. Very good. Very happy. So again, we're gonna stop her in the middle right now. Let her relax and gonna go back to our trot. Okay, so everything what we're going to do on walk, we're going to finish on the trot. Everything what we're going to finish on the trot, we're going to finish on the lope. Okay, so again, I'm going to sit down, stop, and animal going to stop. You can feel how hips under, maybe you don't see that, but I feel how this bone just under saddle just she using to stop. So when I stop, and again, stop. I want to show you something so you can truly understand why I am flexing the horse after I stop. Okay, again, from my knowledge. When and how muscles of the sport knowledge and how muscles when become very tendons and muscles become very stretched. So if I go in a split and I sit in a split, I cannot sit in a split anymore. So when I sit in a split, I sit in a split. But after I bounce, and come back. So I teach muscles to stretch more, keep the shape more. I stress muscle, I stress the tendons physically. Okay? So that's exactly the same with horse. Flex, stay still, flex. So I stress physically the muscle, and I stress her brain also at the same time. Okay? Because if I not apply this, and eventually I have to apply a lot, and she have to stay still, she's gonna start to fall apart. Okay? Her muscles will not gonna hold the shape. So that's a reason behind why I am using this when I stop the horse, why I'm using muscle again. Okay? So she's still very fine. It's very hard to mount her. So again, pick up, flex, and flex. Very good.